I've got the Cardinals.
I've got Texas in the Red River Showdown.
Sooners.
Sooners it is. And a random game out of the Ivy League, Yale and Dartmouth. Bulldogs are the big green. I'll take the Bulldogs.
I took the big green and for the night.
This game in front of us here, Hermiston and Southridge.
Oh, man. I'm not going to pick with the heart at Southridge.
I'm going to take the Bulldogs on homecoming night. Lake Oswego and Tualatin are 1-2 in 6A. Obviously, I have to pick with the heart and the head. I'll take Lake Oswego.
They got the better defensive team. I think the Lakers at home.
Pasco and Hanford working it out at Fran Rish tonight. I'll take the Falcons.
Falcons here.
And we need to score Kennewick and Kamiakin. They're at Lamson Stadium. I think earlier tonight I said that Kennewick was the designated home team. It's actually Kamiakin with the home locker rooms. It really doesn't matter.
No.
It's a field house. They walk out of it. It's not like one side's painted pink.
I'm going Kamiakin 21-20.
And I think I went like 38-35 or something like that. But Kamiakin with the win. So that's the Devon Oil Pigskin Pick'em contest, and we are about 25 minutes away from kickoff here tonight as Hermiston hosts Southridge. Bulldogs looking for their first win of the season. Southridge, on a 2-game skid, could get to 500 with a victory here tonight to spoil Hermiston's homecoming. Coach David Faitete and Chalk Talk, brought to you by Columbia Orthodontics, is on the way as our Sway Motor Tailgate Show continues here on AM 1360 KOHU. back on homecoming night in Bulldog Stadium. Down on Kennison Field, well, not a whole lot of anything, but as we get close to kickoff here this evening, the Southridge Suns started to walk out towards the east end zone from the high school. Hermiston will queue up here momentarily right under the scoreboard that is by the high school and run out through the tunnel. The Bulldogs and the Southridge Suns. Been a lot to talk about here tonight, obviously, with homecoming, the honorary captains, and all the celebration that surrounds this week. But when you get down to brass tacks, Sonny, it's about winning a football game. What does Hermiston have to do tonight? Let's start on the offensive side against Southridge. It's a 3-3-5, 3-3 stack there at the line. They're always going to be bringing at least 4, and then sometimes they'll blitz 1 or 2 more. You see a really aggressive
be able to get a sustained running attack going to take pressure off from not just Chase running the football, but him throwing the football and going to these young receivers.
It's all 11 pieces of the puzzle have to fit together at the same time more frequently. Somebody's missing a block, or somebody isn't on the right route, or Chase bails out early on passing plays, or Ben doesn't hold to his press point, or that press point never materializes because something gets messed up in the mesh. I mean, or it could be as simple as a false start or a holding penalty. They have found many, many different ways to unfortunately have things go wrong offensively. Trying to find more consistency here tonight with all 11 doing the right thing, and especially when it comes to like both the running game and the passing game, trusting each other.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, is trusting each other. And Eric, you're exactly right. You know, the one thing we cannot do tonight that we saw last week is, because if that ball bounces away from us or doesn't go our way, we can't shut down. And that's kind of what happened last week. Although we were tied 14, or we were at 14-7
after first quarter.
It took that first bad bounce in that second quarter, and then it went. I don't know whether we checked out or whether we thought, hey, this game's going to go south on us now, but it did.
You know, it's one of those situations where you think about optimism. And I think that's the other thing. Just holistically, from start to finish, can we find optimism? And even when you're down, when something doesn't go your way, to believe that you've got the entire 48 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, and that's exactly right. You know, and with a 48-minute football game, it's not won or lost in the first or second drive of a game. It takes the culmination of all 48 minutes of all 22 players on the field, 11 on defense, 11 on offense, to make Hermiston successful.
I guess it's one of them there cliches. You don't think you can win, you can't win. So think you can win here going into tonight. All right, anthem time here at Hermiston High School down on Kennison Field. We've got a singer. Fantastic job with the national anthem. That means we've got captains, a coin toss, and kickoff coming up on homecoming night. All coming up here as we come to the end of the Sway Motors Tailgate Show on your hometown radio station, AM 1360 KOHU. Break 8 into the just into the game, so we're fine. We'll stay on the same script. It's not going to come before kickoff. Captain's headed to midfield. Chase Elliott with his crew tonight, including Riker McDonald, his first home game of the season. Rourke Smith and Francisco Atalano round out to the 4, plus the honorary captains this evening for Hermiston, getting set to take on this Southridge Suns team, whose head coach Matt Johnson is in his first year in charge of the program, third year at Southridge. He's got the whole basketball coaching staff with him. DJ Travers up next to us in the booth. Derek Leite, our friend, is down there as an assistant coach. Their big thing has been they just keep building excitement, and in a bunch of different ways. Like Coach Johnson's been really active with the program on Twitter and like talking about what things have happening and just trying to make football more than just a Friday night thing at Southridge.
Yeah, and that's how you do build up your program, how you do build the tradition of when you start winning is you have to be able to make it fun for not only the players but the fans. Looks like Southridge has won the toss.
I think we're actually going to get to hear words tonight. No, just optimistic.
Why would we start tonight? I mean, we're 6 games in.
Because a very strong request was made to make sure that the officials who come down here are willing and ready to use the headset so that, we get the full Kennison experience. Chris Wiltz is the referee out of the Tri-City Football's Officials Association. Jeff Boyes is the umpire. Jonathan Christensen, the head linesman. Martin Ruiz, the line judge. And Austin Thornhill, the back judge. Southridge Suns, all white uniforms, blue numerals and lettering, and yellow trim. Will be kicking off. They'll be kicking off towards the west end zone to Hermiston. It's the alternate third jersey tonight. The purple top with the gold numerals, white pants with purple and gold stripes down the side. 58 degrees. Not really a breath of wind to speak of under a mostly clear October night. Pretty fantastic way to celebrate homecoming. And for Hermiston, their offense is going to try to be the spark to start things off. Vinny Trevino back to the right. Marcus Weinberger back to the left. Weinberger missed last week with a knee injury suffered against Richland. Tried to go in warm-ups last week, and he really wanted to go, but the conversation was just it wasn't going to be effective. So they held him out, have him ready for tonight. There is this second element about this game. Southridge and Hermiston, both 3A teams out of the MCC. So there is some postseason positioning that is part of the equation. The kick off of the foot of Brady Bostic towards Trevino at the 5, moving down the right sideline. Hermiston side of the field across the 20-25, and is pulled down, tripped up at the shoe tops by Gunnar Boakchamp, the junior safety. So Hermiston's offense comes out. Chase Elliott the 5'11", 165-pound senior quarterback. Last week, 52 yards passing, 78 yards rushing. He accounts for 64% of the team's offense on the ground. Hermiston will start at the 27-yard line, right hash mark, first down and 10. With 3 receiver options to the left, Ben Larson standing a step in front of Elliott in a shotgun snap. It'll be Larson on a sweep play to the right side. Larson runs right into the arms of the big nose tackle. Doesn't ever even get him to the ground, just stops his forward progress. Cameron Alcorn with the stop. So Larson in the backfield. We might see a little bit more Jackson Gribskoff tonight as well. Larson, 5'8", 170 pounds. He's a sophomore. Hasn't scored a touchdown yet. Does have now 110 yards on 42 carries. No gain on that play. Second down and 10. Elliott, 1 receiver option to the right. That's Landon Shilhonick. 2 options wide to the left side. Blitz shown right up the middle. Now James Rush will back off. Elliott scrambles out of the pocket right side towards the sideline. He will fire to Shilhonick and is called out of bounds as he tried to haul that one in. The blocking in front of Chase Elliott. The left tackle is Sam Cadenas, 6 feet tall, 225 pounds, a senior, the most experienced on the offensive line. Tanner McCoy, the left guard, inside of him, 6 feet, sophomore, up north of 300 pounds. Francisco Atalano, the senior center, 5'11", 195. He also has 3 years of experience. Third down and 10 from the 27. Elliott takes a snap, play action, quick throw, screen play to Shilhonick on the right side. Shilhonick's got a one-on-one. He's tackled high up at the headgear, and a flag comes out as he is brought down on the wing by Connor Kuhn. And I believe the junior is going to get called for a face mask penalty. Just to finish out the line, it's Siu Sepeni, the right guard, and Jesse Vassie, the right tackle, a sophomore and a senior respectively. Indication is a penalty, 15-yard variety against Southridge. There we are.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, we got something to make us sound like a professional broadcast here tonight, Sonny.
Hey, it has to happen sooner or later during the year, Eric.
That's what people have been saying about me for 15 years. David Faitete is going to call a timeout. We're not quite a minute in, and the offense, gifted a first down by this Southridge Suns defense. It's a question of how you build this rhythm. Never got into it last week.
Yeah, and that's what you're afraid of right now is where, so far you've seen virtually 4 plays or 3 plays go for virtually nothing. We did get a yard on the pass completion, and we're aided out by another 15 yards on the penalty. And that was Shilhonick that caught that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Landon Shilhonick, who is one of the guys who hauled in a pass last week. That's his 10th reception on the season. After the penalty, moves the ball to the 43-yard line. Out of Hermiston's timeout. First down and 10. Shilhonick alone out. Actually, it's Justice Council is moving left to right. 3 options that way for Elliott. He'll hand off to Larson. Sweep play to the wide side of the field. He's across midfield. Larson's got 1 man to beat. Flag out as Larson is hauled down by his shoe tops at the 41-yard line into Southridge territory. Tackled by Brock Harris, but this thing's all going to march backwards.
Yeah, I think they're going to get a block in. They called a holding. I thought it was a block in the back, but they called a holding after a 9-yard pickup.
Tanner was the first one down the field. He gets into that second level quickly. Sometimes for his line coaches, Dylan Caldwell and Brian Smith, too quickly. There's lots of talk about staying for not just Tanner, but a lot of these linemen. Stay on your first block. Get the first level taken care of first. It doesn't matter if you get 10 yards up the field if you didn't block the first guy. The holding penalty negates most of what was a 16-yard run. So first down and 12 from the 41. Left hash mark now. 2 receivers each way. Elliott looking to throw. Time to his right. Back over the middle. Dumps it off. Caught by Hotman. Hotman's got a first down. Hotman across the 45. And is shouldered down by Brian Beardsley at the Southridge 43-yard line. First down yardage for Hotman.
Nice 15-yard pickup that time by Hotman on the run and catch and run for the nice pass play and first down.
We brought up Harris. Brock Harris is the free safety. He does all of the coverage checks for the defense. Played as a sophomore. He's in his junior year. First down and 10 for Hermiston. 3 options to the left side for Elliott. Short side of the field. He will turn, hand to Larson. Larson's got some space, cuts back up the middle and rumbles to the 39-yard line. Nice little 4-yard first down pickup. Running against this defensive line, Cameron Alcorn, Trevor Hoops, and Easton Skipper. Brian Beardsley and Connor Kuhn both mentioned cornerbacks. Lucian Cohn is the strong safety. James Rush and Justin Meddling in the linebacking core. Second down and 6. Play action. Elliott, keeper, on the run. Elliott's found some space. He breaks the tackle at the 30. Coming to the near side of the field at the 20. Gets a block from Ramirez Ortega. Diving for the pylon on the right side. Get him there. Yes, he does. Touchdown. 39-yard run for Chase Elliott, and the Bulldogs are on the board.
Nice job that time by Chase back there. He was trying to go one way, saw the crease, cut back, and off to the races he went. Did a good job of trying to size it up. May have slowed up just a little bit. That might have been a mistake because he was able to get the football to make contact with that pylon.
See, for me, it allowed Jaime Ramirez Ortega to get out there and seal for him, to give him that edge. Landon Shilhonic will be the holder for Abel Alatorre. Abel's 3rd game of the season. He did kick last year for Hermiston as a freshman. Up, through, 7-0 Hermiston, 9:56 on the clock in the first quarter. You're listening to Bulldog Football on AM 1360 KOHU. Four. There is no 3. It was disappeared.
That's what I was thinking. That was the number. And
7-0 lead for Hermiston. 9:56 on the clock of the first quarter. Alatorre to kick it away to Lucian Cohn and Ethan Marticelli. It's going to be an onside kick. Scramble right around midfield. Hermiston says they pulled it in.
No.
David Faitete is doing jumping jacks on the near sideline. Wait for a point.
No, he was touched. He touched the ball.
Well, there's also a flag out on the far side that would indicate offsides.
Offsides, yeah. The ball actually bounced up and hit him in the belly, and was shielded off by the other officials there, but I believe you are going to get an offside.
Waiting to hear from Chris Wiltz. Waved the flag off.
Yeah, that would have been because Hermiston touched the football.
So now, interestingly, on the 50-yard line is where they're spotting it. If Hermiston touched it early, then it shouldn't be on the 50. That's 10 yards.
I agree. But they also took a bounce after it should have been down where it was touched. You're right.
All right, Southridge Suns offense, led by Max Martin. 6'2", 190-pound junior. facing Hermiston's 4-2-3 offense. A handoff right side, rush for Cone. And Lucien Cone picks up just short of 5 yards on the first down play. Cone is a wide receiver wing back. This is a shotgun wing tee. So it's not Grandpa's Delaware wing tee, as I joked with head coach Matt Johnson during the tailgate show, but it has all the principles of it. That includes the wing back to the right, Jacob Tobury. Cone, wing back to the left, and here's James Rush. They call him Jimmy, and Jimmy pulls a couple more yards down to the 43-yard line, a 2-yard pickup. What it means is Rush from the fullback position is not Sonny's style of fullback. This is the scat back type of runner. Now, Rush is kind of a power back himself. He's definitely a physical guy, but generally the fullback spot doesn't do any of the blocking when it's a wing tee set.
Right, he does the majority of the running the football.
3rd down and 3, handoff to Rush, right side run, and he'll get the first down yardage running out behind the extra tackle down to the Hermiston 38-yard line. Give him 5 on the pickup. They do play with 6 linemen. Cameron Alcorn, Wade McCoy, and Ian Strege are the 3 seniors. Trevor Hoops is the right guard who's got the most experience. He played both ways as a sophomore last year, doing the same thing this year. And then Briar Hughes and Carson Condi, the tackles. Double handoff, left side run, and coming out to the edge, some space for Tobury. Tobury pulled down from behind. Vinny Trevino is able to make the tackle, but not before Tobury gets all the way down to the 21.
17-yard pickup that time by Tobury. And, that was the crossbuck type, if you want to call it that, Eric, that they like to run an awful lot.
A lot of misdirection stuff, a lot of lineman movement. It's a little bit different than the triple option in that there's a lot of pulling guard action. In fact, if you pay attention to the guards, you know where you're going. Handoff back to the left side for Rush, and he is tripped up by Caden Hotman at the 20-yard line after a 1-yard gain, but another flag out on the play. With 7:39 on the clock in the first quarter, Hermiston scored on the opening drive, and Southridge trying to answer back.
Yeah, holding was Rush got a 3-yard pickup there, and a holding penalty is going to take it all back.
Holding, number 6 wide, 10 yards from the bottom of the foul, first down.
Pulling back to the 30-yard line, so first down and 19. Rush as Martin goes under center. Put Cone in motion. Dive play to Rush. Straight up the middle. He'll pinball off of one tackler and another and move to the middle of the field down to the Hermiston 17-yard line. Got everything on the holding penalty back and then some. About a 15-yard gain.
Yeah, nice job by Hermiston that time. They just got to be able to make sure that they, stay they have to stay in their lanes. That's the biggest thing.
Rourke Smith and Logan Villanueva, the 2 tackles. Sam Cadenas and Cale Hotman, the ends for Hermiston, their 4-down linemen. Hand off to Coney. Sheds another tackle at the 10, out to the right side into the end zone. An answer back touchdown for Southridge. 17-yard variety. They do have Jacob Tobury down behind the play, but Southridge has put themselves at a position with an extra point to tie this thing up.
Yeah, that was a well-designed play. Hermiston, again, we talked about it last week, Eric, and they're about the same height as these guys. That was a high tackle. He broke 2 high tackles up around the shoulders and was able to bounce out because of his speed.
Extra points being handled by Lance Spaniel. Spaniel, a right-footed kicker. And he will take this out of the hold of A.J. Hendrickson. The snap of Cameron Alcorn. to tie. Snaps a little low, holds down. The kick is true. And it's 7 apiece with 6:47 left in the first quarter on homecoming night here in Hermiston. You're listening to it on AM 1360 KOHU. I was trying to figure out where my sweatshirt went. Brady Bostic's kick towards Vinny Trevino, driven back to the 8-yard line, coming down the near sideline, right hash marks across the 20 to the 23, where he gets snowed under. Gage Ackerman along with Albers Kua there on the stop. Tied at 7. 6:40 on the clock in the first quarter. Bulldogs, a touchdown run of 39 yards from Chase Elliott on the last drive. It's his 4th time into the end zone this season. From the 24-yard line, 1st down and 10. Handoff to Ben Larson. Left side run, outside zone. Gets him to the 30-yard line, where he's pulled down by the shoe tops of Easton Skipper.
Yeah, nice 6-yard run that time. Good push up front that time, Eric. We're right now being able to go ahead and pin that outside lineman, defensive end, whatever we want to call them, inside, and we're able to get outside of them.
2nd down and 4 from the 30-yard line. Caden Hotman, Justice Council to the left. Landon Chilhanick and Jaime Ramirez Ortega to the right. Blitz shown right up the middle, and Rush is going to bring it. Elliott to throw. Deep ball near sideline for Chilhanick. He is behind the defender, bobbles it and drops it. Chilhanick got a step on Connor Kuhn, but could not haul in a well-thrown ball from Elliott.
That was, Eric, I'm going to say it, that was the best ball he's thrown all year. Right on the money, right on the speed, just could not haul it in.
Chase came into the night 51 of 101, 3 interceptions, 3 touchdowns, 469 total yards passing. Drops have been problematic through 5 games. Bulldogs looking for win number 1 this season on homecoming night. 3rd down and 6 on their second drive. 3rd down and 4 from the 30. Larson out of the backfield. Hotman takes a handoff. The H-back running to the right side. Hotman gets 1st down yardage as he's pulled down up to the 37-yard line. Skipper in on the stop along with Jimmy Rush. One of the things Matt Johnson told me about his defense, which is run by Scott Lohr, is they felt like when they watched the film on Hermiston, their athletes and Hermiston's athletes all matched up in the same places with each other, which he liked. 1st down and 10 after the run by Hotman. In motion, Council a toss, it's off his chest, he falls on top of it, and Hermiston recovers the first fumble of the night.
That should have been an incomplete pass. That was a forward toss.
It should have been an incomplete pass. We'll see if they correctly make that determination. It sure doesn't look like they're going to right now.
Yep.
No, they do make the adjustment. Okay.
Wow. I mean, that would have been a huge break. Or misbreak, I should say.
That is a huge break.
It was.
So instead of a 6-yard loss and a fumble, we'll just call it another incompletion and, frankly, a second consecutive drop. Second down and 10 from the 38-yard line. Right hash mark set. Elliott looking to throw. Time in the pocket. Over the middle. Rifles one into the slot receiver, and it's hauled in by Trevino.
Out to the 46-yard line.
Trevino missed games with Chihuahua and Richland. Hurt his knee against Kamiak. It also took a lacrosse college visit. Didn't pull one in last week. So, first reception in a while for him. And third down and 2 facing Hermiston at the 46-yard line. Right to left for Aiden Garay. Now 3 receiver options that way. Hand off to Larson. He slips again. He keeps his footing, and he ends up somehow pulling 3 yards and a first down out of that stutter stepping run.
Yeah, 2 slips and then cut it up north, and good little run.
It's funny, that'll be one to look back on film and be like, see, this is what happens. I mean, you slipped, but if you're more patient, it lets the line set things up for you in this zone blocking. Like, be a little bit slower until it's time to be fast. First down and 10. Elliott, designed run for the quarterback out to the right side. He'll put his shoulder down at the 50 and end up shouldered out of bounds. Went toe-to-toe with Lucien Cohn, and the junior strong safety stops Elliott for just 1.
Yeah, that was not the good decision by Chase that time. The dive play was wide open on that read.
4:38 left in the first quarter. The game's tied at 7. Hermiston on their second drive, right at the midfield stripe. Marcus Weinberger wide to the left side. Jaime Ramirez-Ortega inside of him. Aiden Garay was in the slot left. He's going to move out to the right side. Moved there by Hotman, who's tight end left. For Elliott. Second and 9. The senior quarterback slaps his hands together. It's time in the pocket. Lots of time. Surveys. Over the middle. Throws it open and behind Ramirez-Ortega dropped. Third down and 9. Jaime Ramirez-Ortega came into the game 7 catches, just 6 feet shy of 50 yards this season. He goes left along with Justice Council. Hotman is split out in the slot right. Shalonik's that way as well. Short side of the field with the right hash mark set from the 50. Third down and 9. Elliott to throw. Deep ball right side for Hotman. Too tall, incomplete. Over the top of the linebacker, Gage Ackerman, who is in coverage on the tight end. And so with 4th down and 9, the punt team will come out on the field. And Sam Cadenas will move from the offensive line to his punter / sometimes running back position.
Let's see if he stays back there.
It's never designed. He just has made it work a couple of times, and it hasn't worked a couple of times as well. It's really about the snap.
Yes.
This one gets to him, and he's got time and gets it
Good
away.
kick.
Back towards Cone. Cone lets it bounce, bobbles it, and is able to scoop it up under his legs as he is bared down on by Nathan Picard. Southridge keeps it. But
Yeah.
Cone wanted to make it interesting for a second.
Yeah, that was a very interesting try and pick up that time.
Suns moved down the field from the 50 on their first drive and ended up with a Lucien Cone 17-yard touchdown run to tie the game. That was 2.5 minutes ago. 4:29 left in the first quarter. And Martin will hand off at a dive play to Rush. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage at the 18.
Second and 10.
That was Cone, excuse me. Brian Beardsley is going to be split out to the left side as the lone receiver. This is a little bit more traditional wing tee on second down and 10 from the 18. Martin under center, hands off to Cone, sweep play to the right side. Cone out on the edge, he breaks a Trevino tackle, and Council also breaks that tackle. Finally, he is hauled down.
Out to the 46-yard line, good for the first and 10.
I actually think Villanueva from the tackle position was able to backtrack and make that stop.
Got a flag out on the field back on about the 17-yard line. Looks like a holding.
Lucky because there's some bad tackling there.
Yeah, very bad tackling, and so a run that would have ended up being somewhere around 17 yards ends up for 0 on the run and a 10-yard penalty.
Down below us here, back by the bench, Dylan Caldwell and Brian Smith have the offensive linemen around them, at least the ones that aren't out there on the field right now. Just a little reminder conversation. All right, so the holding penalty kind of ruins everything for Southridge, and they face a 2nd down and 20. Double handoff. Coming around the left side is Tobry. Got the handoff from Rush, and Tobry gets all the way down the Hermiston sideline, 35-yard line. 26-yard gain on the double handoff.
Good for the first and 10.
Discipline.
Yes,
It's
it
so hard
is.
on these when you haven't seen it.
Yeah. All you got to do, but you have to. You absolutely have to. If you're that end, you have to go ahead and stay at home. You can't come down the line of scrimmage.
Again, this is not the Sherwood Bowman wing tee. This is not the David Lewis wing tee. Well, this is right here, actually. Toss play cone. Sweep out to the right side. Getting stretched out by Larson, and a big tackle made on the wing by Landon Chilhonick after a 2-yard gain. But while it's not those things, it has all the principles of it. Like that double handoff, it makes you think everything's going right. It's their primary back going that way. Jimmy Rush came into the game with 416 yards through 5 games, and then he hits Tobry, who didn't even play in the last 2 games, on that end around for 26.
Yeah, and that's why that defensive end on the close side here on our side, which would be the right side of our defense, has to stay home.
Southridge wants a timeout with 3:24 left in the first quarter, and the game tied at 7. We'll pause as well on AM 1360 KOHU. There's a little fridge over there. Both teams have taken a timeout. The game's tied at 7, 3:24 left in the first quarter. A 2nd down and 8 facing the Southridge Suns. Handoff to Rush, running left side, and Rush runs into the big-bodied defensive tackle of Sam Cadenas, and he was being hauled down by Larson at the legs when Cadenas just helped him to the ground quicker.
41-yard line.
Nice 4-yard pickup, though. Eric, that's the thing. It's you get those 3 and 4 yards in a cloud of dust, and pretty soon you're looking at another first down.
Out to the right side, Connor Kuhn and Brian Beardsley. Martin's got trouble. He's going backwards. Martin scrambling out to his right side. Trevino at the sideline will take him out. Oh, no. Are they going to get away with that? It was definitely a late hit.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see a laundry fly.
No, I didn't either.
They're going to get away with that. Martin, on the bad snap, ends up in trouble. And a 4th and 12 facing Southridge.
I thought for sure there was going to be a penalty there also because he was He was well into the white.
Honestly, Hermiston has worked really hard not to end this drive, but Southridge has worked really hard to end this drive. Punt is away. 2 back to receive it. It's going to drop anyways. Away from Shilhanek. He tries to field on a bounce. He does get it after a bobble across the 30. Breaks a tackle. Now he's going to the Southridge sideline at the 40. 45. He needs some help from Hotman. And the flag's going to come out.
Did he step out of bounds?
You know, if it doesn't matter. The official on that side is going to call Hotman for the block in the back. And the official couldn't get the flag out. It was stuck in his belt. And it was stuck in his belt. And it's going to be a clip at the 46. By the way, 2 back is so that the ball doesn't bounce.
Right.
Landon and Jaime are both back there. David Faitete and Brian Smith getting the explanation on the penalty. Bulldogs offense is going to have the ball. 2:26 on the clock here in the first quarter in a 7-all ball game. But the law firm of Smith and Faitete pleads their case about the penalty on Hotman. But now the officials appear to be discombobulated well with exactly what we're doing.
Now they're ready to start marking it off.
We had an inadvertent whistle on the play. The option was given to the receiving team. They will take the play with the penalty for a block in the back during the run. But prior to the whistle, it will be first down.
Inadvertent whistle. But again, like, it doesn't really matter. Kale's block was a penalty. Landon could have ran it all the way into the end zone. He could have ran it all the way to Weber Field. It still was going to come back after the penalty, no matter whether there was an inadvertent or not. So yeah. Hermiston's got it on the 36, first down and 10. Chase Elliott, tight formation with options around him. Low snap. Elliott's going to pick it up, and he'll run himself. Coming out to the right side, tripped up. Grabbed at the shoelaces by Brian Beardsley for a gain of about 1.
They already catch 41 yards on the night for Chase so far. He's 20 yards away from that 400 mark.
Yeah, he came in 61 yards short of 400 yards rushing. Second down and 9 at the 37. Play action, right side, screen play for Weinberger. Marcus Weinberger's got some blockers in front. He's still probing through the defense up to the midfield stripe. Weinberger, 19-yard gain and a first down.
Nice patience that time by Weinberger and taking the ball upfield. Even more so, nice patience by Chase.
Elliott's got 2 in the backfield. Hotman to his left shoulder, and then Larson behind him. Kind of a pistol set from the 50-yard line, first down and 10. Now Larson out of the backfield to the left. Hand off, right side run, and pulled down immediately. Check that. That was Riker McDonald. So Riker, last week played on the defensive side in his first game of the season. Now gets an offensive carry, ends up being a 1-yard loss. Second down and 11 from the 49. Straight drop for Elliott. Looking to his left. Now shuffling to the right. Elliott lobs one. Incomplete.
Elliott's pass falls incomplete.
A good tackle by Adre Hendrickson, the junior linebacker, dislodges it from Justice Council's hands. Final 39 seconds of quarter number 1. I'd been telling people to be ready around 8 o'clock for fireworks. It may be closer to 8:30. This has been a, let's call it plodding first quarter as far as time goes. 3rd down and 11 from the 49. Larson to the right shoulder of Elliott. 3 receiver options to the left. Elliott to throw. Lots of time. Elliott now rolling out to his right, trying to direct traffic to readjust. Now Elliott come back to the left, and Sam Cadenas is out there in front to block for him as well. Sam gets tripped from behind, and Elliott gets tripped up right at the midfield stripe. And there's a flag out.
I'm wondering if they're going to get a clip on, tripping on
I think
Southridge.
tripping might be what gets called here.
Yeah, on Southridge.
And problematically, Francisco Atalano is hurt on the play, and he's holding his hand, his snapping hand, and they wave off the flag. So Atalano will come back behind the bench with Dylan Caldwell and Dan Emery. And Hermiston's going to punt. And Cadenas maybe a bit shaken up as well. So Abel Alatorre will punt. 4th down and 10 from the 50. Lucian Cohn back about his 15, waiting for Alatorre's punt. It will be the last play of the first quarter. Low liner. It's going to hop, and Cohen's going to get away from it. Hop inside the 15 and roll all the way down just short of the 10-yard line. 39-yard punt for Abel Alatorre, and Southridge got a big field in front of him. Tied at 7 with Hermiston when we start the second quarter after this on AM 1360 KOHU. Start of the second quarter, 7 apiece here in Bulldog Stadium. Down on Kennison Field, Hermiston and Southridge getting ready for the Suns to get the ball for the 3rd time. Up here in the stadium, I'm protesting slightly. 52 degrees, and we're using the overhead heaters in the main box. If you use it now, when you actually need it, when it's 32, it just won't be as effective.
No, it won't. It's,
And it gives me a headache because I have sensitive eyes.
Well, I like these guys on this other side. They like it dark in their booth.
Well, it's like the Sunnyside game where we went through the whole first half in the complete darkness, and like you got a little flashlight out to be able to read notes.
Yeah.
All right, wing T setup. 1st down 10. Martin's in a handoff dive play. Not a whole lot on the dive because Rourke Smith is right there in the middle. Call it a 2-yard gain. But that's a good 1st down play.
That is. That's what you need to do on that quick dive there is you've got to go ahead and take that center straight up and put him back in the hole.
Tobre's the wing back to the left. Rush the deep man. Lucian, wing back right, but off the line. Play action, rolling right. There is time, looking downfield into the hands of Hendrickson, complete to the 25-yard line. 1st down yardage 45 seconds into the second quarter. First pass play of the game for Martin, correct?
That is correct. And, good play that time. He waited and waited and waited and was able to get Hendrickson to go ahead and come into the open.
He's got about 475 yards passing on the season. Here in game 6. Handoff to Rush up the middle. A little cut back to his left and down the right hash mark up to the 32-yard line. Gain of about 7 yards.
That's what this offense does, Eric. It kind of lulls you to sleep a little bit, and then they get that. They take advantage of that zone block up front and are able to go ahead and keep right on the, on the cheek of the center and keep going right upfield.
Martin's going to be back at a shotgun with Rush to his left shoulder. Split Tobry out to the left side. Hand off to Cone. Sweep play out to the left. Cone's got the speed. He's got the edge. Cone's got himself all the way to the far sideline. And Riker McDonald on the stop. Oh, there it is. Got away with it the first time into the Southridge bench. This time did not get away with it. Flag out for a late hit.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, Riker's tackle outside was good. It was the second person there is the one that got him.
And it's going to get Southridge into Hermiston territory as they try to break the 7-all tie with 7:12 left in the second quarter.
That's Hermiston's third penalty on the night, Eric. We saw 3 penalties last week for only like 15 yards, and now we're at 3 penalties for 35 yards on the night already.
Last week at Burlesque Stadium in Walla Walla was an outlier in a lot of different ways. It was a 56-14 game. I don't really think that 56-14 is the difference between those two teams, but last Friday night it was. Now, movement up front. Sam Cadenas stepped. The question's going to be, did the left guard Ian Straggy move to get him to step, or is it, nope, it's going to be 5 more yards. And I think one of the things that's hurt Hermiston defensively, trying to get off the field at times, is it's not one mistake. It's an avalanche of little things. Penalty, 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 and then you worry about the big play. First down 10, double handoff coming down the right side, big space into the open. And that's the first run of the game for Brock Harris, the junior. Does most of his work as a safety, but that work got Southridge another first down. They're doing a lot of this without Albers Kua, the senior, who's their second guy in behind Jimmy Rush. But he's been banged up all year long, according to his coach, Matt Johnson. Toss play, right side run, loosing Cone to the edge. Flags flying everywhere as Cone breaks a Ramirez Ortega tackle, but comes out of bounds. This is a pretty definitive penalty. There were 2 flags from multiple places to call that holding.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing about that is that it was 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
So Southridge not doing themselves any favors. The holding penalty brings it all the way back to the 40-yard line right hash mark. And a first down and 22 facing the Suns. Beardsley will be out wide to the left side. Cone is that way in the slot. Tobry, wing back right. Rush to the left of Martin. The quarterback, hands off. And it's a double handoff to Martin and to Tobry, and he's tackled by McDonald in the backfield for a loss of 4.
McDonald did perfect that time. Stayed in, got depth, and stayed on track there.
Felt like an all-by-himself type play because if Riker doesn't make that one-on-one tackle,
Yep.
Tobry's got a little ways before he runs into another guy in a purple jersey.
Yes, he did. And, that was a nice job about Riker coming down, getting depth and sealing and running right into the tackle.
Second down and a country mile from the 44. Screenplay set up, bobble drop by Hendrickson. A.J. Hendrickson trying to set a screen up from him from a tight end position. And instead it's third down and many, 28 to be exact.
Had it fairly well defensed on there also, Eric. The linebackers did not come hard that time. They were right in the middle of it.
Play action, Martin, deep ball over the middle, and it's caught by Cone at the 20-yard line. He's going to give him a chance to think about going for it on fourth down and short. 25-yard gain. Fourth and 3 from the 20. This is an interesting situation. They really like the leg of Lance Spaniel, but they haven't really given him a chance all season. This is right around the edge of what Matt Johnson said they would be willing to try. And Hermiston just jumped off sides and gave him a first down. Bulldogs say it was Southridge. It's on Hermiston. Moves it down to the 15. First down yardage for the Suns.
Yeah, second penalty on this drive, extending a drive, Eric, and that's what you don't want to do, give extra downs.
7-all ball game. Southridge has had a long, multiple times extended drive with like 8:05 left in the second quarter. Everybody tight to the formation. New wing back in. Gunnar Beauchamp to the right. Rush will take the dive play behind Cone. Rush. Lots of pushing. Lots of rugby scrum look. Flag comes out from the referee right at the line of scrimmage. Holding on Suns.
So Rush is going to get credit for no gain and another 10-yard penalty on the Suns.
So the Suns have been penalized for 20 yards on this drive. Hermiston's been penalized for 25 yards on this drive.
It was a good, clean game in that first quarter.
First down and 20. Back of the 25-yard line. Max Martin takes a low snap. It rolls past him. Martin goes back, bobbles it, can't get it. There's a scramble right around the 40, and Sam Cadenas was there and comes off the bottom of the pile with it. Martin had that ground ball squib past him, and Cadenas slid in and took it away from him.
Nice job. I mean, that's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see the turnover for, Southridge to go ahead and so Hermiston can go ahead and take advantage of it for one time early in the game.
That's their second fumble of the night and the first one they've lost. Hermiston gets it on the 40, first down and 10. Trying to break the 7-all tie with 7:32 on the clock in quarter number 2. Ben Larson will be to the left shoulder of Chase Elliott, the senior quarterback. With 3 receiver options left, slaps his hands, turns hands to Larson, running right. Larson to the edge, dives across the 45 up to the 47-yard line. 7-yard gain for Larson.
Nice job that time, just keeping his feet moving, and Hermiston's got to keep going here.
Second down and 3. Right hash mark set on the Hermiston 47-yard line. Justice Council wide left. Jaime Ramirez Ortega inside of him. In motion, toss play to Shulhanek on the swipe to the left side. Shulhanek out to the edge, just got strung out, ends up getting maybe a yard.
Gain of about a yard.
Tackled on the play by Brock Harris, the free safety. You know, he's a junior, and Southridge is like a unicorn in this league because they are so junior heavy.
They are.
Whereas almost every other school in the league, the junior class just struggled mightily through the last 18 months with the pandemic and online schooling. And they kept these kids engaged. Council coming across left. Elliott running to the left where Council went from. And Elliott is pulled out of bounds. Oh, a flag comes out late. The umpire threw that one. The tackle, I actually didn't have a problem with that tackle. But it's going to be a personal foul late hit. Oh.
Against Hermiston. So they're going to get the first down.
Yes. No, he pointed the wrong way. That's against Southridge.
Okay.
He just pointed the wrong way. That run got him to the 45. That penalty gets them to the 30.
Dead ball, personal foul, 55 wide. That will be 50 yards from the end of the line. Down.
6 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second quarter, and the game tied at 7. Student section letting Southridge know that you can't do that. They know because now first down and 10 from the 30. Hermiston's in a scoring zone trying to break this 7-all tie. Out to Garay, near sideline, tripped up. Nice defensive play. Diving at his feet, Brandt. Oh,
Gain of about 5.
can't read your handwriting, Eric. Booze. Anyway, made a good tackle. 5-yard gain for Garay, who's got 100 yards on the season with his 11th catch. Second down and 5 from the 25. Elliott slaps his hands. He's going to pull it out, run it to the right side. He's going to try to get to the edge, and he's pulled down.
Elliott on the keeper. Tackle for a loss.
Booze gets out there and gets to him.
Second, correction, third,
And a loss of 6. 3rd and 11 facing Hermiston.
Yeah, that's not what you wanted to see. If you're going to do that, you've got to cut it up inside, Chase.
Split backs behind in the backfield with Elliott. Larson is to the left. There's 2 receiver options left as well. McDonald was in there. He goes out to run. Elliott stayed in the pocket for too long, and he spun around and dropped. Sacked by Hendrickson. Back to the 40-yard line. Nine-yard loss, 4th down and 20. And Hermiston's going to punt with 4:37 left in the second quarter.
Parents of the homecoming court, please come down to
Game tied at 7. Abel Alatorre is going to kick from the Hermiston side of the 50. Cone is back there around the 5. Alatorre, a high one. It's short. It's going to take a Hermiston bounce at the 20. Inside the 15, down inside the 10. There's a flag out back behind the play as Alatorre pins it down to the 8-yard line.
penalty mark on the play.
Going to be a hold on Southridge.
Well, Chris Wiltz and the crew have been about as busy as anybody tonight.
Yep.
The indication was against Hermiston.
A holding
A
against
10-yard
Hermiston?
penalty against Hermiston moves it out to the 21. That's where Southridge takes over. First down and 10. Game still at 7 apiece. 4:08 left in the first half. Cone and Rush in the backfield. It's Cone out to the left side. Cone cuts back to the middle of the field across the 25, and that's where he stood up. A bundle of Bulldogs, Council, Cadenas. And a little bit slow to get up, but up is Vinny Trevino. As beat up as this Hermiston defense is tonight, they're without Erling Delgado. The junior's got a hand injury that made Neil Stasek a starter, the sophomore, and Ben Larson had to move out to safety. Dive play up the middle. Rush gets first down yardage to the 33.
Yeah, that quick dive play, Eric, seems to be giving Hermiston a little bit of trouble. I mean, whether it be Rush or whether it be Cone taking that handoff inside like that.
First down and 10, now 3:18 left in the second quarter, and the clock's spinning. Cone, sweep play out to the right side, trying to get out to the edge. A flag comes out as Cone is pulled down just short of the 40-yard line by Jaime Ramirez Ortega. On the scoreboard, brought to you by Columbia Orthodontics. Halftime score, Echo 12, South Wasco County 9.
Wow.
That's six-man action that maybe it's a little bit of a defensive struggle. Hepner 61, Riverside nothing yesterday. Pendleton went to Portland to beat McDaniel 48-0 on the road. All right, the Southridge penalty moves them back to the 24-yard line. Hey, remember how I said it would be about 8 o'clock when the fireworks would start?
8:30?
Well, there's 3:10 left in the second quarter, so I think before 9. We'll get done with this half in the next hour. Martin on the rollout left, jumps it off. Hendrickson's got it into the open field. Hendrickson over the top of the tackler to the 43-yard line. First down yardage, they got all of it right there.
19-yard pickup by Hendrickson that time. Nice pitch and catch there.
They didn't get all of it. They're going to say second and inches. Justice Council on the tackle, by the way. Oh, no, they said first. The chains just aren't going yet. Run up the middle, and it doesn't provide a whole lot to talk about. Stasek is in there on the stop. Just mentioned him getting his first start at a linebacker position. As Riker McDonald was a linebacker a year ago, but they've moved him to defensive end, and he was really effective there last. In fact, he was our Delish Bistro player of the game last week in his first game back. First game at home. Second down and 8 from the 45. Martin rolls right, play action. Screenplay back to the left for Rush. Flag out as Riker McDonald catches Rush and drops him for a loss of 2. Back to the original line of scrimmage on this set of downs. Holding penalty on Southridge. I guess you decide do you want it or not. And David Vaitete will back him up. 10 more yards and give him another second down. 10-yard penalty will bring it back to the 30. And it'll be second down and 23 facing the Suns.
On the spot of the foul, repeat second down.
14th penalty already in this game between the two teams, Eric. That's an awful lot. That's more like first week type calls.
Martin's got rushed to his left. Play action, looking to throw on second down and long. Deep ball, wide open. Cone has it down the left sideline. 10-5, touchdown.
Penalty.
There are flags out all over the place, but as it stands, it's a 70-yard touchdown pass to Lucien Cone.
Was that Cone or was that 9?
It was Lucien Cone. pass interference on Hermiston. So with 2:24 left before the half, Southridge has got the lead on Cone's second touchdown of the night. Lance Spaniel, PAT. Out of the hold of Hendrickson, who had the big reception for 23 yards. I mean, they would end up going backwards again because of holding penalties, but in the end, Southridge made one less mistake on this drive, and they got the lead. For the first time tonight, the kick is not going to go. Blocked. There was pressure all over the place. Trevino's there. Ortega Ramirez is there. I think Jaime is the one who got there. 2:24 left and a 13-7 advantage for the Southridge Suns.
Hermiston's got to go ahead and come on now and return the favor. They got 2:24 to do it.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts remaining. It has been the big play that has bugged Hermiston all season long on defense. 70-yard reception just now. I think this goes back to that pregame conversation we had, though, Sonny, about belief and optimism. Mm-hmm. It's just a 6-point game. Like, yes, 70 yards is a frustrating backbreaker. But in the end, okay, fine. Now it's our turn to go out and make a big play on them. It's got to be the mindset down there. But that's the type of play. That's the type of thing in a season where Hermiston's still 0-5 that could be a turning point spot. Short kick, bobbled, bounce. Weinberger turns and falls on top of it. No return. Hermiston will have it at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, that unfortunate break there that time. You can tell, you can see from here, Eric, where he looked up before the ball got there, before he fielded it, and dropped right through his hands. Luckily, he just covered it up.
Landon Shilhonic will be out wide to the right side. Trevino and Garay to the left. Larson is also to the left of Elliott. 2:10 left in the first half. Bulldogs trailing by 6 for the first time tonight. Elliott, straight drop, quick throw, out to the flat, and caught by Trevino as he stumbles out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Pick up 2 yards, maybe 3.
Vincent Trevino on the catch for the Bulldogs.
And he did get out of bounds, so it stops the clock. Garay will be alone to the left side. Trevino slot to the right, and Shilhonic outside of him. Wide side of the field with the ball on the left hash mark, 2nd down and 7. Elliott takes a snap, rolling right. The senior quarterback delivers underneath to Hotman. Hotman gets a couple more to the 22-yard line, about another 3-yard gain, and a 3rd down and 4 will be facing Hermiston, with Beardsley, the cornerback, coming up to make a stop. Minute 43, was a timeout taken? It was. Southridge 13, Hermiston 7. Bulldogs take the timeout. We will as well on AM 1360 KOHU. And we are glad to have you with us on your home of Bulldog Athletics for 51 years.
Please put him
It was a Southridge timeout. They put 9 seconds back on the clock. A minute 52, 3rd down and 4. Matt Johnson wants the ball back if he can. 3 receivers left for Elliott. Running back to his left as well. Elliott looking to throw. Set up a screen, dump it up over the middle. He's got Hotman, and Hotman's got blockers. Hotman in the near sideline, 30, dives over the top of the tackler to the 34-yard line. Stopped by Rush, but not before the first down yardage. Bulldogs moving fast. 1st down and 10 from the 34. Garay and Hotman left. Trevino and Shilhanic out to the right. Larson to the left shoulder of Elliott, who takes the snap to throw. Pressured up the middle. Elliott will step up and get away from a tackler. Now rolling out to the right. He will throw downfield for Hotman at the sideline. Flag out. And Hotman was out of bounds on the far sideline.
See what the penalty is in the middle here now.
Penalty mark on the play.
On a night when there have been a few, that
bet
was the
it's-
most entertaining flag throw of the night.
Man downfield, yeah. That's what I was going to say. Shoot.
Umpire. So earlier in the night, we had the one on the illegal block on the kick return where the guy couldn't get it out of his belt. And he just kind of was reaching and pulling and just couldn't find it. This one was different entertaining because the umpire pulled it out and, like, as he's running towards the play, just kind of tosses straight up in the air towards his shoulder. It's one of those, spot foul doesn't matter on this play.
That's a 10-yard penalty?
It is tonight.
I thought it was a loss of down.
Back to the 24, 1st down and 20. Throw near side, tipped pass, and Weinberger catches it and ends up losing yards because of it.
Elliott's pass complete to number 5, Marcus Weinbarger.
Loss of 3. Minute 9 left, and this time Hermiston calls the timeout.
Yeah, because when he did that, it kept the clock running there.
And final timeout of the half.
No, Southridge called it again. Okay. I got 5 officials out here, and I've got them all pointing different directions on these timeouts.
Yeah,
Because I couldn't conceive of a reason why Hermiston would call a timeout there.
No.
So Southridge has called their final timeout. 1:09 left in the second quarter. I mean, this play should be something that keeps the clock running. Because, like, even if you get a good play out of it, you can call a timeout for your 3rd down play.
Right.
But if you don't, maybe read option that Chase gets to keep. I mean, that's been one of the most dynamic plays of the season, most nights. But, like, nothing downfield that goes incomplete and 3rd down and long. So that you have a decision of whether or not you want to actually try or you want to just go to the locker room. 2nd down and many. 22, it appears. Scoreboard confirms I can do math sometimes. Elliott pressured out of the pocket, rolling to the left. Elliott will slide, and he will stay in bounds. He's going to lose a lot of yards. There's a flag out on the play. So the clock will stop because of that with 58 seconds left.
I think you can have a defensive holding, Eric.
That you do.
Yep, so before I mark down, I will not write down the 7-yard loss for Chase. Because that's going to go from the line of scrimmage. Still going to make it a long way away.
58.2 seconds left. 13-7 Southridge. The penalty will be marched from the 28
Wow. So
to the 37.
15-yard.
Or 9 yards from the spot. It's hard to tell exactly. Replay the down, apparently. Second down and 7. Final minute. Hey, remember I said there were going to be fireworks around 8 o'clock? We're probably looking closer to 8:35 or so. Second and 7, play action. Elliott to throw, flushed out of the pocket to the left. He'll pump. Now he'll pull it down and run and step out of bounds at the 45. 8-yard run, first down yardage. Clock paused at 50.5.
Well, he's back up to only needing 19 more yards to make that 400 yards rushing now.
First down and 10 from the 45. 50 seconds left. Elliott takes the snap. Play action to throw. Time over the middle. Wide open. Ramirez Ortega's got it down to the Southridge 38-yard line. First down yardage on a 17-yard gain. And Hermiston will take a timeout. They will have one left with 44.6 seconds left in the first half. Down by 6. They've got those wrapped boxes out on the track here right below us now. Will it be Helen Cooley and Riker McDonald? Will it be Anaya De Vera Portilla and Carson Bradshaw? Or will it be Caitlin Heidemann and Vinny Trevino? We'll tell you probably somewhere around 9 o'clock or so.
Your stopwatch broke.
Coming up, eventually, halftime presented by Rogers Toyota of Hermiston. We've got plenty of interviews for you. We're going to check in with volleyball. We're going to check in with cross country. We're going to check in with girls soccer. That's all after 44.6 more seconds. And who knows what happens here. First down and 10 from the 38. Elliott's got a lot of time in the pocket. Now he's got to scramble back to left. Flag out on the play. I don't really know where that holding was, but flag out. It must be on the inside.
Yeah, because
the tackle on the outside was perfect. I mean, relative terms.
Yeah. Wow.
One of Sonny's most famous lines was at Lewiston High School in 2009. 55-45, I think. Lewiston won the game. Obviously, big shootout. And somewhere late in the fourth quarter, Sonny said something about rider's cramp. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't even remember everything anymore. Or anything anymore sometimes. Well, we're just going to throw numbers out there, too.
Wow.
All right.
I didn't know they did that in high school.
Well, remember they did, and then they didn't, and they did. Anyways, we've never had rider's cramp from Sonny because of penalties.
No, it's getting...
But we're on the way. First down and many, many. Handoff to Larson, and he will lose. Hoops pulls him down at the 45, a loss of about 3. And
that should be it.
There's a question as to whether or not you would want to run one more. Maybe some type of Hail Mary. David Faitete likes to call them yo baby plays. On second down and 27. But why don't we take it to the locker room? 13-7, Southridge in front. Halftime is presented by Rogers Toyota of Hermiston. Right now on AM 1360 KOHU.
Hello, ladies.
Come
high-level fist pump. Do you smell that? Of course you do.
Freshman Prince Isaac Corey, son of Vincent and Pam Corey. Some of Isaac's favorite memories so far in high school have been football. He would love to go to the Bahamas with his dad, and he wants to give a special thanks to his family for everything they've done for him. Freshman Prince Isaac Corey. Freshman Princess L. Reese Blakely. Riding in on the 2017 Sterling Blue Ford convertible, driven by Bertie Milden. Elle is the daughter of Paul Blakely and J.C. Robb. She's involved in showing horses competitively. After high school, she'd like to study equine science. I want to get a special career in equine specialist. Freshman Princess L. Reese Blakely. Sophomore Prince Jevin Stark. Son of Justin and Jamie Stark. Jevin plays football here at Hermiston High School. He wants to go to school to become an electrician, and he'd like to thank his friends and family for supporting him and helping him out. Sophomore Prince Jevin Stark. Riding in the 2007 Velocity Yellow Coupe, driven by Bonnie Miller, sophomore Princess Itzel Jaime Diaz. Daughter of Rosanna Diaz and Rafael Sandoval. In her spare time, she enjoys babysitting with her sisters. Her favorite movie is Coco. And she'd like to thank her closest friends that she sees every day for supporting her through high school. Sophomore Princess Itzel Jaime Diaz.
She's bringing yours, Sonny.
Okay.
Please welcome Junior Prince Calvin Joyce. Son of Tina and Philip Joyce. Calvin and Joyce cross country and track at Hermiston High School. Upon graduation, he wants to
Their first touchdown was that 15-yard pass, right?
17-yard run.
Oh, yeah, that's right, by Tobury. Cone, yep.
I don't turn on the heater unless it's below freezing, so if you get chilly, you can throw that sweater on, but you don't get to steal that one. It's important to me.
Am I dog united in this?
Where are we at? 10 seconds. Halftime's been presented by Rogers Toyota of Hermiston, and the scoreboard says Southridge 13, Hermiston 7. I believe the primary story of the first half has been the penalties, Sonny.
Yes, they have. I mean, you're looking at 17, 18 total penalties in the first half. Both teams have 9. Southridge has been, they've been hurt, but not near as badly as Hermiston. Hermiston's somewhere around 82, 83 yards in penalties, and Southridge is only in the 70s.
Columbia Orthodontics says scoreboard. How about this? Halftime at the Lamp. Kamayakan 20. Kennewick 20. Halftime at Franrish. Pasco 14. Hanford 14. Random score while I look for more. South Albany 33. Corvallis 14. They're into the third quarter in that one. Richland a 14-6 lead. Oh, game of the week. Lake Oswego 20. Tualatin 6. 6 minutes left, third quarter in that one. Last update we got was Echo was up on South Wasco County at halftime by a score. And this one was from quite some time ago, but Chiawana did have a 21-7 lead in the second quarter as they hosted Walla Walla at Edgar Brown Stadium.
Well, it goes to show you, Eric, that rankings in the state of Washington, both Kamayakan and Kennewick, are both ranked over there in the WIAA Kamaikan is number 7 in the 4A side and Kennewick number 8 in the 3A side, but very, very equal teams.
These teams have played equally through the first 2 quarters, 13-7. The advantage for the Southridge Suns, a 70-yard play, the difference. Abel Alatorre's got the tee and a ball, and he'll be kicking it towards the west end zone as Southridge attacks left to right here to start off the second half.
Assistant color guard Kathleen Elise. The band will be led out of the field of Major
To the left is Lucien Cohn, and to the right
High School Band of
is Ethan Marticelli.
making finals at the Cavalcade of Bands in Kennewick.
And Abel Alatorre has the ready-to-play signal. Right-footed sophomore kicker will pooch one short and towards the Hermiston sideline. It will roll out of bounds. And the procedure penalty will give Southridge the option that they will take to start with the ball on the 35, up 13-7. Second half, I think the biggest defensive adjustment is the guys in the secondary have to understand they're not making any tackles in these run game plays until it's way down the field. So their job is to not break their job. These guys can't come so wide open.
Yeah, exactly. They have got to be able to go ahead and, again, you've got who is it, Cadenas on one side and Cale Hopman on the other that have got to go ahead and get depth and pinch in. And if they do, force them to bounce deep out the outside, and that's when your linebackers have got to come hard.
Beardsley is the receiver to the right side. Tobry, wingback left, and it will be Cohn, the second one through, off to the left side, and 3-yard run. Give him 4 up to the 39-yard line. Into the hands of Cadenas.
That's his 10th rush on the night for a total of 37 yards, Eric. Both he and Rush have run the ball 10 times apiece. 44 for Rush on the night.
Matt Johnson told me yesterday that Tyler Hogue, the offensive coordinator, and their job is to find as many ways possible to get Cohn the ball. Flag out. So we made it one play into the second half before flag.
Dead ball. False start. White.
Early movement on Southridge will negate the run by Cohn, and instead it'll be 2nd and 11 from the 34-yard line. Right hash mark set. A cool evening here in Hermiston. It'll actually warm up a bit tomorrow, near 70 degrees for actual homecoming, which is going to be out at the Eastern Oregon Traded Event Center, the Farm City Pro Rodeo, putting up Shoot 8 to host. Martin spins away from Cadenas, comes back to his right, still being hounded by Cadenas, and stepping up. Larson brings him down for a sack back at the 28-yard line. Cadenas got him into trouble. Martin somehow avoided it initially. But initially turned into a 6-yard loss. Hotman and Neil Stasek at the linebacker positions. Straight drop. Martin to throw. Fires one away. Diving play, and the first interception of the season is hauled in.
Trevino.
Marcus Weinberger's got the first pick at. Oh, my goodness, they say no.
They say it's incomplete.
They said it's incomplete. Weinberger pleading his case to the back judge.
Nice job, though, by Weinberger, recognizing that ball was going to be underthrown and going after it.
but it is because of the incompletion, a 4th down and 17. So out to punt. Lance Spaniel standing about his 13. Shulhanik and Ramirez Ortega dropping back. They're going to go too far back, and it's going to bounce. Shulhanik's going to step up and take it on a bounce, spin off of one tackler, and end up getting about 4 yards on the return to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know why they all of a sudden, bounce backwards farther. I mean, even in warm-ups, he was not kicking anywhere near that depth.
About 2 minutes into the third quarter, Hermiston gets the ball for the first time. Chase Elliott in the Bulldog offense trailing 13-7. Tight end right, 3 receiver options left. Ramirez Ortega, left to right into the backfield. And a handoff to Larson, running that way as well. Out to the right side, out to the edge, and up to the 45-yard line. A 3-yard gain. Pulled down by Daniel Gunderson, the sophomore defensive tackle. From the 45-yard line, 2nd down, 7 to go. Elliott, straight drop. Now he's going to roll out to his left. Will throw on the run off the fingertips of Ramirez Ortega, incomplete.
Nice attempt that time by Ortega to try and bring that one in. And nice job by Chase throwing his shoulders around to try and get it online.
So 3rd down and 7. Honorary captains from tonight down on the field. All with field passes here on the near side. 3rd and 7 play. Elliott to throw, right side. Out to Shulhanik. Shulhanik breaks the tackle. Come back to his left at 35. He's down the far sideline, 20, 15. Shoved out of bounds by Cone inside the 10. Landon Shulhanik was that old Top Gun line. Maverick, he hit the brakes and he flew right by him.
Down to the 7, or about the 7, isn't it?
Yeah. 1st and goal with the Bulldogs down by 6. 9:23 on the clock in the third quarter.
48-yard pickup that time by the Bulldogs.
Larson to the right. Tight ends in each way. Garay motioned right to left. Fake it to him. Elliott will keep it. Elliott tripped up to about the 5. Marked down to the 4. Give him 3 on the play. Second down and goal from the 4. Larson to the left shoulder of Elliott. 3 options to the left. Right hash mark set. Hand off to Larson. Larson, right side. Jump step to his left. Gets towards the goal line. And down inside the 1. 3 minutes gone in quarter number 3. Hermiston a foot away from tying the game. Elliott in the shotgun, moves Larson to his left shoulder. 2 receiver options each way. So just 5 there on the line. They try to spread it out at the 1. Elliott, keeper, running left, caught from behind and dropped by Hoops, the junior tackle. The most experienced defensive lineman for Southridge head coach Matt Johnson.
Yeah, that time there, that one that was sniffed out pretty well. That's a 2-yard loss, basically. Hermiston, that took a little bit longer to develop than they really needed. They need to go and go quick.
4th down and goal from the 3. Hermiston's going. Elliott, Larson, Elliott keeps, Elliott gets back down to the 1. It'll be a turnover on downs. There's a few sophomores on the sideline here optimistically with their hands up in the touchdown signal for Hermiston, but frankly, it wasn't even close.
No, it wasn't. Still a yard out, from it. And, that play, if you're going to run something inside, a read option inside, that's got to go quick. I mean, it's got to go north and south and quick. You cannot string it to the side.
And the 5 guys in front have got to move a little furniture there,
Yep.
and Southridge was able to get into the backfield. So the Suns take over, first down and 10. Their 1 yard line with 7:42 on the clock in the third quarter. They lead 13-7, and they survive a really good drive for Hermiston. Put everybody on the line. I formation back there, and just a little quarterback keep. Martin jumps up to the 5 yard line, gives them a little breathing room. They mark it at the 4, so a 3 yard gain for Martin. On first down, a second down and 7 for the Suns. Just a touch of breathing room now. Martin turns, hands off. This is Rush. Rush is hauled down. Firing through, it's Cadenas. Who else?
Looks like he got about 2 yards on the pickup that time.
Huge third down and 5 right here.
Yes, it is. I mean, big time in this game.
Because even worst case scenario, you force a punt, you get good field position out of it. But even the better case scenario is the punt has a bad snap. Hermiston somehow stayed on sides, jumping, however. Handoff run up the middle again. It was Tobry. Tobry, no gain. 4th and 5. And Lance Spaniel.
Move it up, guys.
Spaniel's going to kick out of the back of his own end zone. And the punt returners are back on the other side of the 50. Giving Spaniel a lot of respect. Hermiston comes after it and blocks it. Right off of the foot of the punters. Cadenas, he's in the end zone. It's a touchdown, Hermiston. Cadenas pulls it away from the punter and scores.
Wow. That was impressive. That was impressive.
Sam Cadenas, it's the equivalent of a fumble recovery in the end zone. I mean, I don't know, maybe, no, it's a fumble.
Yeah, it's block kick with counts as a fumble on the recovery.
So, for the lead, Abel Alatorre's kick. Clean, lay through, 14-13 Hermiston. Midpoint of the third quarter. It's homecoming night here on AM 1360 KOHU. Mm-hmm. Bulldogs brought the house, and Sam Cadenas took it right off of the shoelaces of the punter, Lance Spaniel, in the end zone for a touchdown. They lead 14-13. Abel Alatorre's kick to the near sideline. Checks up at the 20. It's loose. Landon Shilhonic got close to it, but in the end, just barely recovered for the Southridge Suns by Kyle Rebold.
Nice job that time of the little pooch kid, Eric, getting that thing up, and 38-yard on a kick like that, that's a good thing.
So, with Southridge Suns, it's a 1-point game. They are 2-3. They have lost their last 2. Hermiston is looking for their first win of the season here in week 6. Handoff to Rush. Rush coming up the middle of the diamond and is pulled down by Hotman. They just haven't really been able to get him going tonight.
No, they haven't, and that's a credit to what Hermis is doing off the nose, off the center there, by going ahead and making sure that the center does not dictate where the hole's going to be.
2nd down and 6. Rush double handoff coming to the right side and up the right hash marks to the 29-yard line. A little bit of space, but not a ton for Brock Harris. Harris ends up picking up about 3 more. 3rd down and 3. Rush is an interesting guy because he's never going to come out, even as he gets beat up. His head coach, Matt Johnson, tells him, super tough kid. Oh, yeah, he's a hockey kid.
Yep.
Junior Americans, which means sometimes he's playing on the weekends after a football game. Handoff Cone, left side run, and the sweep gets 1st down yardage out to the 38-yard line. About a 10-yard gain for Lucien Cone.
That was a big bailout right there, Eric, of being able to get outside.
4:45 left in quarter number 3. 1st down and 10, left hash mark 39. Harris, the wing back to the left. Cone and play action, rolling right. Martin pressured as he gets it away. In the middle of the field, the ball is dropped. Hendrickson as Cale Hotman showed Max Martin the turf.
Yeah, that's the first pass attempt of the second half. He only attempted 6 in that, or 7 in that first half, and actually second pass of this half, both incompletes, but 6 in the first half, 5 completions,
including a 70-yard touchdown that at the time had put Southridge up. They trail by 1. Handoff Rush. This time he gets off and up the middle to nearly midfield. It's about a 10-yard run. I think it's enough to move the chains.
No, they may have marked it just short.
All right, so 3rd down in inches.
Well, why is the guy moving the chains? They did give it to him.
They did give it to him. Rush again. And in there, Larson's able to finish off the tackle, helped out by Logan Villanueva, the senior defensive tackle.
Number 25, James Rush on the carry, gain of about 2.
Second down and 8, just across the midfield stripe to the Hermiston 49. In the shotgun, Martin, hands off, sweep, and nowhere to go again for Brock Harris. There is a flag out, and it's right at the line of scrimmage. Holding penalty on Southridge. It had been a while since Chris Wiltz had to make an indication. Hermiston is going to accept the penalty and put Southridge back 10 yards from the spot, moves it all the way back to the 38. Second down and 21. 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Hermiston's lead is 14-13. Took it on a blocked punt by Sam Cadenas, who's right there on the line to attack Martin, who play action, throws it back over on the toss to Rush. Rush slips and is down at the 43. In fact, he maybe cramped up there. He's hobbling off, gingerly protecting his left leg right now. Screenplay was set up nicely, but he's lost his footing out there one-on-one in the wide part of the field. And so instead, it's third down and 16. Ackerman is the receiver right. Wingbacks left. Cohen in motion. Fake to him. Dump the screen in the middle. And Hendrickson is hit right in the middle of the park by Caden Hotman. 3-yard gain, but Hotman read it correctly. So now to punt again. Shilhanek and Ramirez Ortega still feel like they're too far back.
Yeah. He hasn't gotten anywhere close to that.
Spaniel a week ago, 3 of the 4 punts he kicked did end up inside the 10. He angles this one away from the returners. It will roll and end up down inside the 15, down to about the 13-yard line. That was well done by him.
Yes, it was.
In fact, against Kamaikan, 4 punts, he didn't give up a return yard. And 3 of the 4 were inside the 10-yard line.
It almost seems like we've gone backwards just a little bit, where we're allowing that ball, especially on the punt, to go ahead and play us, take us out of, field position, where if we came up and fielded it in the air, that low of kick could have led to a long return.
Even without the return, you have the ball around the 25 instead of the 12. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Hermiston by 1. Elliott will hand off. It's Larson with some space, running left. Good hole behind McCoy and Cadenas, and Larson gets out to the 18.
Larson on carry, tackle for little gain. 2nd and 5.
Matt Johnson said their keys tonight: keep Chase Elliott in the pocket. They've done that pretty much throughout the night. And they want 3 takeaways a game, each game they play. So they're looking for their first there. Elliott drops it right on cue, picks it back up. He scrambles away from 1, dropped it again, and it's loose and forward to the 15-yard line. Elliott trying to make something out of nothing, shaking his left arm a little bit, non-throwing hand. It is the first time Hermiston's put the ball on the turf tonight. There was one other time, but that one was negated by a penalty. So, first fumble, didn't lose it. 3rd down and 8. Southridge would like to get off the field quick here if they could. Elliott rolling left, the senior to throw. Lots of time. Over the top to the sideline. Trevino's got it, and he bounces backwards out of bounds at the 35-yard line. 17-yard gain on the pass and a first down.
Nice touch that time by Chase over the top of the defense for the first down.
Minute 7 left in the third quarter, and the Bulldogs by 1. Shilhanek to the left, 2 receiver options right. Now Shilhanek left to right, toss to him. Sweeping out to the right side. Larson out in front to block. Shilhanek will change the field, coming back into the middle and end up diving to the 38-yard line. Picks up 3, runs about 50. Second down and 7. Aiden Garay, lone receiver to the right. 2 options left. Shilhanic and Weinberger inside of him. Elliott turns hands off. It's Larson, and Larson gets a yard. Good job in the middle there by Hops again. Hoops and Alcorn. Excuse me, Hoops. Trevor Hoops.
See if they want to run a play before the end of this third.
They will not. Well, maybe they will.
They're not.
Weinberger looked like he was running off to the field. He was just running off to be wide to the left side. 3 options that way. 5 seconds left before the end of the third quarter. Elliott will get the snap off. Quick toss out into the flat. Larson there. Larson on the edge. Larson chased down by Cone and dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain. End of the third. Hermiston 14, Southridge 13. Homecoming night here on Kennison Field when we come back on AM 1360 KOHU. And we are glad to have you with us on your home of Bulldog Athletics for 51 years.
Hello, ladies.
Coming this fall, he's back. Hold tight. This time, one desire.
Spirit level fist pump. Do you smell that? Of course you do.
Chase Elliott talking with fellow senior KJ Ramirez back on the sidelines as the punt team gets ready to kick it back to Southridge. Hermiston leading the Suns 14-13 as we start the fourth quarter. I talked to KJ tonight before the game. He was not in a walking boot tonight. Said he's got some clearance. He's been going and doing physical therapy, like some pool treadmill stuff. Flag out before this punt gets away. He's cleared to start doing some stuff on the field, and he is hopeful for senior night.
Well, that'll be good. So did they just not get the whistle to play? That's what it was again.
High snap. Cananis pulls it down. He's pressured. He gets it away. It's a high kick. Excuse me, that was aleatory. It bounces at the 45, takes a bit of a Hermiston roll down to the 42-yard line.
43-yard line, first and 10 Suns. Get your 50-50 tickets out, 606-775.
1 point lead. I'm laughing at our tailgate show co-host, Joe Thompson. Usually when you're going to announce 50-50, you give them a little, get your 50-50 tickets out, and here's the number. Go. They're in purses, Joe. You got to give them a second.
Yeah.
Purses and pockets. You get one chance. You better have been holding that thing all night. First down 10 for Southridge from the 42. Dive for Rush, and Rush will push himself across the 45 to the 46. Hotman in the middle, along with Villanueva on the stop. And Villanueva looked like a Charlie horse or something. He tried to walk off, and then he goes down. Now he's back up. I really do. I think Charlie horse is the proper diagnosis here.
Yep.
He's back up. He's off. Riker McDonald on for him. McCoy and Smith in there in the middle. Kind of the biggest alignment Hermiston can get for down linemen. They actually have put McCoy out there as a 5th lineman, so it's a 5 front for Hermiston.
Yeah, they moved Cadenas over to the nose tackle.
Wing back left, it's handoff to Cone. Cone, good hesitation run, first down yardage into Hermiston territory. Put his shoulder down up to the 45-yard line. Pick it up 9 yards.
45-yard line. Good for the 1st and 10.
Suns down by 1. Not quite a minute into the 4th quarter here in Hermiston. These two teams didn't play in the spring. Hermiston won their first game against Hanford and then lost the next 3. Southridge 0-6, and then Matt Johnson took over. He's brought a lot of excitement to this program. Handoff to Coney, breaks a tackle. Check that, this is Marticelli. Marticelli keeps churning his feet and ends up getting to the 42.
To the 42-yard line. Gain of a couple.
That should have been a loss of 5, ends up a gain of 3.
Yeah, we had him right in the grasp and let him go.
So 2nd down and a 7. Cone, wing back to the right, kind of split off the formation a little bit. Tobry to the left. Toss it into the air to Cone. He is tripped and slipped and dropped by Trevino. Just more or less untied his shoe to get him down.
Yeah, 1-yard pickup that time, but a great job of getting up on that pass pattern.
3rd down and 9 from the 44. 2 minutes have expired here in the 4th quarter. Is it 4-down territory for Southridge? Max Martin shotgun set. Fakes to Marticelli. Look at a throw. Time to throw. Over the middle. Gets it to Cone. Cone spun around. He actually gets away from Hotman. Then Hotman dives at him again and pulls him down, and a flag flies out.
Yeah, I think he might get an unintentional face mask.
Cone ends up with the 2nd effort, gaining 10. It's 1st down yardage plus whatever the laundry adds on.
See if it's just a 5-yard or if it's a 10-yard.
It is not.
It's a 15-yard.
It's going to be 15. Brings it down to the 19-yard line.
Personal foul, face mask, white. Blue. That'll be 15 yards to the end of the run. 1st down.
Lucien Cone, who has both Southridge touchdowns tonight. That 2nd effort not only got him the 1st down, it also forced the tackle that committed the face mask penalty. Handoff to Marticelli, and Cadenas got him in the backfield for a loss. Back to the 21. They were faking the double handoff, and Cadenas stayed with his man Marticelli and dropped him for a loss to the 20. 2nd and 11 facing Southridge. Martin shotgun set, and Hermiston jumped off sides.
Yeah. 2 of Hermiston right up the middle tried jumping that snap count. Both have been doing a great job all game long, gauging that snap. That time there, they just went on a hard count.
I mean, except for the 5 times that's happened. 2nd down and 6, ball at the 15. Cone, the wing back right. Marticelli is to the left shoulder of Martin. Clock spinning again, under 9 minutes left in the game. Hermiston by 1. Hand off to Cone. Sweep play to the left. Cone out to the outside. Riker McDonald grabs him, loses him. Cadenas wrangles him at the 9-yard line. Helped by Hotman and Justice Council. Few inches short of a 1st down yardage. 3rd and inches. Landon Shilhonic trying to get the attention of the student body, get him to make some noise here before this play. Martin will go under center on 3rd and short. Martin, hands off, dive play to Marticelli, spins off of a tackler, and he's pushed forward. Did not get there. Trevino and McDonald.
See his rush over on the sideline again.
Yeah. Cone in motion, right to left. Now he'll wing back out to the left side. Timeout for Matt Johnson. They were about to run out of play clock.
Yep.
7:26 left in the 4th quarter. 4th down and 1 facing Southridge when we come back on AM 1360 KOHU.
Correction, timeout, Southridge.
And you were saying they like this kid's leg for the field goal?
No,
They don't.
they like his leg. They don't kick field goals.
Okay.
Protection. That's their concern.
Okay. See, this is the time, Eric. I would be going under center and just going on snap on the touch, like they did earlier. Yeah, coming out of the end.
I don't know exactly how this works. Somehow, to end the game in San Francisco, Will Smith popped out sharply. But he did, and San Francisco beats LA 4-0. 4th down and 1 from the 10. Martin's under center. Martin to Marticelli, 1st down yardage, running left. They jumped hoops back into the backfield as a lead blocker, and Marticelli ends up getting 4. 1st down and goal. 7:23 left. Suns down by 1. And they will race the extra lineman off and bring Tobury back on. Hendrickson, tight end to the right. Wingbacks left. Toss play to Tobury, bobbled it, got it. Hotman steps up and drops him at the 3.
Wow, nice hit that time.
2nd down and goal. The Suns led for a lot of this game at 13-7. Hermiston, their 2nd touchdown came on a blocked punt in the end zone by Sam Cadenas, who's not out there right now for this 2nd down and goal play from the 3. Martin changes the play, goes back under center, hands off. Tobury running behind the left guard and tackle, dives for the end zone, and he is there. Touchdown, Southridge. A 3-yard touchdown run by Tobury.
Touchdown, Suns.
Halfway through the 4th quarter. They're going to go for 2. It's a 5-point game right now. Marticelli comes back on last. He's in that fullback spot. Toss play. Lucian Cohn running out to the right side. Cale Hutman got him. He broke a tackle. Broke another tackle. Finally, Hermiston rallies and stands him up to stop the play at about the 6-yard line. 6:17 left in the fourth quarter, and the Suns are in front 19-14 here on homecoming night on AM 1360 KOHU. Spaniel to kick it away, and he will kick it deep with Southridge in front, 19-14. Weinberger stumbles at the 20, ends up at the 27. Oh, check that. That was Trevino, excuse me. Honestly, my challenge there was both of them have a bit of wrapping on the knees from injuries this season that they have each recovered from. And Vinny looked a little bit shaken up from that. He can take solace in the fact that he's a homecoming court member, I suppose. I haven't got to that yet. I'll get to that after this first down play. Handoff to Larson, running left, nowhere to go.
That's not what you want on the first play, is taking a -3 on the first rush.
Second and 14.
Second down and 13 at the 24. Elliott, twin receivers each way. Fakes it, throw, screenplay out to the left side for Garay. Garay sheds one tackler and then is plowed at the 25, gains 1. Third down and a terrible spot.
Yes, it was. They gave him no gain on the play.
Third and 13, Council and Gray left. Now Gray is going to come out to the right. That way, actually Gray is going to come all the way off. Hermiston broke the huddle with too many men.
Penalty marker on the play.
Yep.
Five yards back. Third down and 18. 5:11 left in the fourth. Hermiston trailing 19-14. High snap. Elliott pulls it down. Pressured screen. Intercepted. Right into the line, and it was picked off.
Intercepted by Southridge, first and 10 Suns.
I think it was Cameron Alcorn. Flag out at the end of everything.
Sideline warning? Yeah, it is. That's their warning, so it's not actually a penalty.
It was Alcorn, and like the problem, I looked over, we're right next to the Southridge coaches, and I said, was it 5-2? And the one guy who looked at me first, he's like, I don't know either, because everybody was celebrating like they swarmed so quickly. And, you're not used to a 52 picking off a ball.
Yeah, that one there, I mean, he tried to touch pass it over the top. Linebacker was just a little bit taller than he expected, and Chase just didn't quite get it high enough.
First down and 10 from the 13. Martin looking to throw. He'll set up a screen. Cohn's got it. Cohn sheds a tackler and then is tripped up. Stopped by Weinberger at the 1. 12-yard gain. 4:53 on the clock. Southridge 3 feet away from a 2-score lead. There's a flag on the play.
Is this a face mask? Oh, they called holding.
No, they did call it face mask.
Oh, yeah. It looked like when Cohn started to go, his head did kind of spin a little bit, and that's what I was just kind of wondering if they caught it or not.
Half the distance to the goal. First down and goal. Martin's going to be under center. Tobry and Marticelli behind him. The junior quarterback, he's going to keep it himself and go in for the score.
Touchdown, Suns.
Southridge up by 11. 2-point conversion at least means you've got to convert 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points. Just a PAT makes it 12, which on the board, the math in football says 11 and 12-point leads are essentially the same thing. Well, I mean, I guess 11 is touchdown, 2-point, and a field goal to tie. The 2-point conversion, Martin's going to keep it himself, diving forward, pushing for the goal line. He gets there. 4:47 left, 27-14. Southridge in front. On AM 1360, KOHU, Hermiston. Southridge 27, Hermiston 14, 4 minutes and 47 seconds remaining. Hermiston has 2 timeouts left. They will have to score quickly. Trevino from the 8. Trevino gets a block. He's at the 30. 31 is where he's pulled down.
Bulldogs return out to the 30-yard line. First
Buse, the saving tackle. Good field position, though, for Hermiston.
Yeah, now Hermiston's receivers have got to get downfield quickly.
Elliott's last pass intercepted by Cameron Alcorn, alignment. He's going to throw deep ball for Shelanek over everybody, incomplete.
Elliott's pass falls incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Right hash mark set from the 31. 3 receiver options to the left. Larson will be on the right shoulder of Elliott for this 2nd down and 10. Elliott to throw. Out into left flat. Caught by Hotman. Breaks 1 tackle. Hotman spun around and shoved out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Picking up about 9. And Hotman's still down.
Looks like a cramp.
He stuck his left leg up into the air, and Matt Johnson, the head coach, talking to him. Trainer for Southridge gets there until Dan Emery in his 21st year here in charge of Hermiston Athletics as the trainer. Comes over to start stretching on Hotman. David Faitete, the 14-year coach, starts to walk over there as well. Hotman is up, and he's going to, under his own power, come back to the Hermiston sideline. After his 9-yard reception puts a Hermiston 3rd down and 1 situation from the 40 in front of him. Two weeks ago, Southridge had a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, and they lost at Hanford, 28-27. Hermiston down by 2 scores, 3rd down and 1 facing them. Elliott with Larson to his right shoulder. 3 receiver options. Low snap, pass Elliott. He scrambles back, picks it up. Now he's rolling it to his right. He is spinning around. He'll turn and fall down at the 13-yard line. It's a 28-yard loss.
Wow.
4 minutes left. The Bulldogs will punt it away. Some of the offensive guys, especially the older ones, Elliott, Cadenas, kind of shoulders slumped as they come over to the sidelines. High snap. Alatorre gets it down, gets the kick away, kind of fading away. Takes a Hermiston roll across the 40, across the 45. As Cohn starts to walk over to the sidelines, he'll watch Ramirez Ortega touch it at the 47. It's a 30-yard punt. And the Suns, with 3:30 left in the 4th quarter, looking to salt this one away. I do believe, and this is just my relatively random opinion, Southridge is a more talented team than Hanford, but they're still learning how to win games as Matt Johnson changes the culture there. 1st down and 10. There was some early movement. Low snap. Martin, I don't think he was ready for it. Probably should have been a false start. Instead, it's going to be Martin picking up a fumbled snap and a 5-yard loss. But changing that culture started on week 1. On the 3rd of September, that team didn't win in the Springs, 0-6. And they took on AC Davis at Lamson, and they won 26-21. And Coach Johnson told me yesterday that went a long ways to helping with the buy-in at Southridge. And it looks like they're 3-10 away from being 3-3. Handoff to Marticelli, running to the right. Marticelli breaks a tackle, and he's into Hermiston territory, down to their 44-yard line. But there's a flag out on the play.
I think it's going to be a false start.
45-yard line.
Holding penalty is
boy.
the call against Southridge. And Coach Johnson said a lot of this has been about making the kids believe in themselves and being excited about playing football at Southridge. And one of the things he's done a lot is he is really active on social media, talking about big plays, posting stats, things like that, just trying to also get the community involved as well. He's from that type of experience. He's a graduate of Tumwater High School over in Olympia. Played for one of the winningest coaches in the WIAA. Then he went to Eastern Washington. He played for Bo Baldwin and Cheney. Secondary guy, safety and strong safety and a free safety. And he was in Dallas with the Cowboys. He played for Jason Garrett and Monty Kiffin. Marticelli running right, spins off of a tackler and is hit. Somehow ends up getting himself just a 1-yard loss. Taken down by Villanueva.
37-yard line, timeout.
And Hermiston will use a timeout with 2:47 left. You know, he said he was injured quite a bit in Dallas, so because of that, he ended up spending a lot of his time, Matt Johnson did, looking at the game a different way, because when you can't play, when you can't practice, you kind of have to look at it from that coach's eye. After NFL didn't work, that cup of coffee was finished, he went back to Eastern Washington as graduate assistant. He said he got a sense that he wanted to be a coach. He wanted to get into it in that way, and so that allowed him to work his way to where he is now. He's been in the MCC. This is his 5th year. He spent 2 years as assistant at Hanford, 2 years on the coaching staff at Southridge until this year where he's taken over as a first-year head coach. And, I mean, I think there's a lot to be said because, you know, on Tailgate Show the last couple weeks we've been, or at least I've been, ranting and raving about seeing the game, watching on Sundays, learning from the best of the best. And when you're hurt in the NFL or you're hurt in college and you're sitting out and watching, you kind of do get that coach's eye perspective a lot. All right, the penalties bring it all the way back to 3rd down and forever from the 37-yard line. They got to get to the Hermiston 37. Straight drop. Martin to throw. Deep ball. Picked off by Weinberger. This time for real. Hermiston's got their first interception of the season. It's Marcus Weinberger with 2:40 left. Now, that is effectively a punt for Southridge on 3rd down and forever.
And I think, you know, if you take a look at it, they're happy with what happened there. That puts them, you know, the best thing would have been that if it wouldn't have been overthrown, that it is close to a first down. But like you said, effectively a punt and puts Hermiston on a long field ahead of them.
And effectively, they don't have to punt on 4th down and 30 with already 1 punt blocked tonight. Elliott to throw. Dumps it off over to Trevino. Trevino taken down by Cone, and Cone generously not flagged for a little bit of taunting there. Seemed like he was barking after he had taken down Trevino. It was a really good tackle. 4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6 from the 36. Elliott's got a lot of time. Scrambling. Troublesome. Flag out as Elliott gets taken down by the shoulder pads at the 34-yard line. 2:11 left. 27-14 Southridge.
I'm guessing they're going to decline this.
Holding on Hermiston.
Oh, they are going to take it.
They'll keep it. You know, by the way, we don't talk about this a ton, but the coach on the other side also did a lot of that watching situation. David Faitete, essentially, he talks about all the time. His senior year at Oregon, he didn't really practice. He just played games because he was so beat up. And so Mike Bellotti and Nick Galeotti, you sit over there and watch. And so you learn a lot from that.
Yeah.
And then in the Pac-10 at that time, you know, he was facing double teams and triple teams. David got to the NFL. Just the injuries, and he got, you know, just submarine the tryout opportunity for him. 2nd and 20. Elliott, lots of time, pumps and throws over the middle, bobbled and dropped. For Shulhonic, it was behind him, almost intercepted by Bose. And now 3rd down and 21.
Elliott's pass falls incomplete. 3rd and 20.
Yeah, even up until the time where, you know, David first came here for Mark Hodges, he was still getting some calls for tryouts for that NFL position.
The product of North Medford, and then the University of Oregon with Dennis Dixon and Kellen Clemens and those crews. Tipped pass, incomplete, as Elliott was again hounded and rushed. And you can kind of see that excitement from Southridge as they can feel win number 3 coming closer.
Yeah, this is not the time for Hermiston's offensive line to be tired now, and it looks like they are kind of tired. They're not picking up those quick quick rushes.
Hanford and Pasco tied at 28.
Wow.
Fourth quarter action there on the Columbia Orthodontics scoreboard. Kamiakin, last update, was up by 6, 26-20. Fourth down and 21. Hermiston has to go. Elliott steps up. He will throw on the run. Has Ortega. Ramirez downfield. First down to the 45.
Nice 15-yard pickup that time. No, more
than that.
It was 11.
That was 24.
24 yard.
Move the chains. First down. 1:51 left. Elliott slaps his hands. Throws it out of bounds. Incomplete on the far sideline. Chiawana ends up beating Walla Walla 47-14 of the final there. Bulldogs use their last timeout. Down 47-14. So now, I mean, it's simply complex. Got to score. Got to recover an onside kick. Got to score. Got to do it at a minute 43.
Well, we've heard so far, number one, at the linebackers club, how the JV team came back from being down 2 scores to win their ball game against Walla Walla. And they scored twice in the last minute and 4 seconds, I believe it was. And in between that, Walla Walla scored one. The freshman won last night pretty much the same way.
Second down and 10 from the 45. Elliott, 2 receivers right. He's rolling that way. Now looks back to his left and screens it that way. High pass. Hotman pulls it down, breaks a tackle. Hotman down the far sideline. He's got space and blockers. Hotman at the 30. Hotman down to the 20-yard line and is shoved out of bounds. Down to the 13-yard line. Oh, there's a flag out on the play.
Yes, there is. Oh, block in the back.
The excitement was just brief. On the Columbia Orthodontics scoreboard, it looks like the first place Kamiakin Braves will enter Week 7 undefeated. Kamiakin 34, Kennewick 20, 3:24 left. After the penalty, second down and 17. Back at the 38-yard line. Shilonic and Weinberger to the right. 2 options left as well for Elliott. Elliott straight drop. Time to throw. Big ball down the field for Trevino. Incomplete. Flag out. Oh, bang, bang play. I'm going to be honest, Sonny. I thought that Harris got there at the right time.
Yeah, so did I. And That is close. They are talking about it, but they're gonna uphold this penalty.
You know what, though? It's not actually going to be enough for a first down.
Holding number 52 blue.
What?
Oh, there's a holding penalty back there.
Those penalties offset.
Offsetting penalties.
Second down.
And,
Replay first down.
and we'll replay the first down. What's the cliche? You can throw a flag on every play?
They have.
Chris Wiltz's team is testing it. And I think, like, with the pass, I didn't see the hold penalty, obviously, till late. With the pass interference, I think they're looking for him. Like, I just thought that was a clean play. I thought Harris really made a good play there. Elliott to throw. Far side, Garay's got it, and he will be hauled down by the ankles at the 43-yard line. About a 5-yard gain. Minute 21. Still a 27-14 lead for the Suns. Larson to the left. Elliott rolling right. He had 3 options that way. Throws it low, incomplete.
Pass falls incomplete.
Under through Weinberger.
Third and about 12.
Third down and 12 from the 43 facing Hermiston. Minute 20 left. Justice Council and Caden Hotman are to the left. Weinberger and Shulhanek to the right. Elliott, quick toss out to Council on the screen. Council's tripped up. Diving play made by Beardsley. And Hermiston will use their final timeout with 1:03 left. Down 27-14. We'll take our final break as well here in regulation on AM 1360 KOHU. Jose, was this extra? Just text me, please. I lost count. Thank you. Huh?
I left and we were ahead by 1. I come back and our score hasn't changed. And they have 27. Go Dogs!
Fourth down, 7. Elliott rolling right. Elliott throwing over the middle. Council bobbles and hauls it in down to the 33. So you're saying there's a chance. 56.8 seconds left. They've got to get it in really soon because they still need to recover it onside. They still need to get into the end zone twice. Elliott rolling left this time. Set up to throw. Over the middle. High for Hotman. Tipped incomplete. Oh, no. Sam Cadenas hobbling off to the sidelines. Wes Leathers will come on for Cadenas. His dad was one of the honorary captains here tonight. Wes is going to take over at center on 2nd down and 10 from the 33. Wes's sister Lexi on the volleyball team. They won last night at Pasco, 3-0. Elliott to throw, deep ball, jump ball to the end zone over the top of Gray, incomplete. Third down and 10. Matt Johnson told me defense likes to try to force 3 takeaways a game. They've got to pick. They just need a second takeaway to end this thing and get to 3-3. Hermiston still clawing for win number 1. 3rd down and 10 from the 33. Elliott. Time, now pressured, throws it over the middle. Wide open Trevino. He is down. Mark is going to depend on whether or not that's first down yardage. I think he's short. I think it's a 9-yard gain. 4th and 1. Clock spinning. 25 seconds. Elliott's got to go. Everybody went early. They're going to play the play anyways. To the end zone for Hotman. Tipped incomplete. That's it. It's Brian Beardsley who comes over and makes the stop. It's kind of a muted celebration here because I think part of it is an injury. Hotman again cramps up trying to make that play in the end zone. I had asked Matt Johnson, so who's the guy on the defense that kind of looks like he's poised for a breakout? And actually it was Beardsley who he brought up. He said he's played well. He hasn't got tested a lot this season, but he hasn't had that kind of big interception play. He's listed in the program as 5'8", 145, although coach said he's 135 pounds soaking wet. Well, 135 soaking wet made a leaping smack of the ball to force the turnover that gives Southridge the chance to line up in victory formation. 0-6 in the spring season. They are 17.6 seconds away from being 3-3. 1 week 1 over AC Davis, 1 week 3 over Pasco, and now are going to win in week 6 against Hermiston. Last snap, last knee, Martin's got it, and he can start to celebrate. The Suns come back and win 27-14 here on Hermiston's homecoming night to Kennison Field at Bulldog Stadium. Sway Motors postgame show is coming your way when we come back on AM 1360 KOHU.